first time rodeo deer ever, baby. Let's go.
Alright, so let's start off. That's obviously October 31st.
Yep, Halloween morning.
Halloween, so this is Halloween book. So, as you know, I was planning on naming all of our videos this year, the books, or, you know, whatever we're chasing at the time. This book didn't even have a name.
No, I'd seen this book. I had him on camera like 2 or 3 different times. So I knew who he was. But when I went in there that morning, it's not even the deer I was after.
No, I know it wasn't the deer that you had been after, but he was still one of your shooters.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, I'd told myself, I'd told the wife, hell, I'd even sent the pictures to you.
Yeah.
That if I'd seen that deer, I would kill him, but he was not number 1 on the list, no.
Gotcha. So he was unnamed, so I was like, we're gonna name this video, I need to call my wife.
I gotta call my wife. Yeah.
So, because I thought that was just awesome and perfect. So,
well, I mean, it goes, you know, I've said it before. I've heard other people say it. If you don't have your wife behind you, it's hard to do what we do.
It's hard to do, you know, have fun, especially if you don't. It's hard to go deer hunting like we do. As often as we do, and as hardcore as we do, without an awesome support system.
Oh yeah.
At the house, so I agree with that 100%.
It's like one of my favorite sayings going on that from the boys at Working Class Bow Hunter. You can't kill big bucks if your wife sucks.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I live by that.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. All right, so October 31st. So break down the morning. Got in there.
So this hunt actually started 2 days before. So the buck my number 1 hit list buck, we had named him Beamer. He had showed up 2 mornings in a row, daylight. And I live by the rule of 3, 2 mornings in a row, 2 nights in a row, whatever. You better have your butt in there to 30. That's just that's what I go by. So I was talking to the wife, I had to work the next morning, and it was her idea, believe it or not, just call out of work and go hunting in the morning. It's Halloween anyway, you're leaving early, so we go trick-or-treating. So just call out of work, go hunting in the morning.
I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, so that's about 8 o'clock that night. I text my boss, he ain't my boss no more. I don't work there anymore, so I'll tell y'all God's honest truth. I said, listen, but I'm not feeling good, I ain't coming to work anymore. He said, okay, hope you feel better. And so yeah, I went in there early that morning, way earlier than I probably needed to. But I knew the bucks that were coming in there right at daylight. So I wanted to get in there early enough to where if I did run anything off, that there was enough time for it to settle down afterwards. So I got him to stand at 3:30 that morning. Yeah, I was out of the bed at 2. I was climbing up my ladder by 3:30 that morning. And I sat there and listened to a little bit of podcast while I was sitting in the stand. And then probably 8:30, a small 2-year-old 4-point, he come running through. So the way I got the stand set up is I'm sitting in the stand and I look straight out over little micro timber plot. You've been in there.
Yeah.
I mean, I can cut the whole thing with my 0 turn in 3 minutes.
It
is a small, deep timber pocket micro plot. But it's in between bedding and the big water source on the property.
Yep.
So it's in between there, and from my right, from the bedding, a little small 2-year-old little 4-point buck. He come running through right under my stand. I mean, literally directly under my feet. He come running through like something that jumped him up. So I went ahead and I cut the camera on and I grabbed my bow, because I'm figuring either another buck's pushing through there or a coyote's trying to run him, and either one I'm shooting.
Yeah.
So I already had my camera running, I had the bow in my hand, and that's when I heard the grunt. and it did not stop.
Yeah.
For probably 10, 15 minutes. And it's down here in the south.
That's unheard of.
Well, it's October 31st, and we're hunting here in South Carolina, and there's green everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like it does out here now. Yeah. There's a couple trees starting to brown, but it's not. No, I mean, there's green everywhere.
Yeah, I'd be thinking that's the predator coming through the woods
that's
more
what
than
I'm figuring.
A whitetail.
We'll get in there and can't see anything, so I was really hoping to get the audio on camera of him grunting, and you could hear the doe pushing. They'd stop for a minute, and he'd bark, and she'd start scurrying again. And I could start to see glimpses of them. They were working from the bedding towards where I'm at. And so I see her first, and she starts working back behind me. I'm like, okay. So I go ahead and turn around, and then while I'm turning around, I see tines coming through the brush also. I said, okay, here we go. They end up coming in, and they stay behind me all the way. So I stand up, stand all the way up. I got my bow. I grab the camera arm, turn it 180 degrees back behind me, and then I turn around on my platform 180 degrees. And she comes through, crosses the road behind me.
Is this where the film starts?
No, the film had started before that.
Okay.
So I had you should be able to see in the film where I actually turn
Everything around, because all I've seen is like the edited out stuff.
Yeah, so where this is right now, this would be at like my 2 o'clock. I shot this buck at my 6 o'clock.
Yeah, you can hear him already.
Oh yeah. So the way it'll work is all this up in here is bedding.
Yeah.
And the water would be back this way. The food plot in this video is directly to my left.
Gotcha. Is that an old set?
Yeah, there's an old 2-man ladder stand. Before this buck here, I actually killed my biggest buck to date probably 5 or 6 years ago, sitting in that 2-man ladder stand with my granddaddy's shotgun. 2 weeks after he passed away, I sat in that stand and killed him.
That's awesome. We're gonna need to.
Yeah, so that part of the property has been a good piece.
That's a little hallowed ground over there.
Oh, yeah.
Now, as the crow flies, how far away is that from the set that we set in and video that big old timber rattler?
The crow flies?
I mean, it's probably in yardage.
200 yards.
Yeah, I mean, it's not far.
I mean, it's a small piece, a relatively small piece. I mean, it's 97, 98 acres, the whole piece.
Yeah.
And it's got like a 4 or 5 acre pond.
All right, so this is after everything's done come down to it, basically.
Yeah, so at this point, I've already turned the camera. That part had got cut out. And the doe, she run right across here. And he was coming in right behind her. And when he does, he'll come in and he stops right here behind these trees. And I have a shot the size of a basketball.
And just smokes him.
Yeah, I turn completely around, 180 degrees. I draw back, and I'm sitting there, I'm holding full draw, waiting on him to take the step out. And I mean, it felt like forever, but I probably only held full draw for maybe 30 seconds. But I'm holding full draw, waiting on him to step out. And at this point, I knew who he was.
Yeah.
This is number 2 on my hit list. So I'm holding it full draw. He's not moving. The doe's not moving. They're both just kind of standing there watching, looking around, seeing what's going on. He's waiting to see what the doe's going to do.
Yeah.
And she's trying to make up her mind on if she's ready for it or not. So they're not moving.
Yeah.
And I get to looking in the brush all around, trying to figure out what I'm going to do. And he just kind of adjusts a little bit where he's standing. I said, oh crap, that's his shoulder. I can make that shot. Because I mean, we shoot out here.
Yeah.
2-3 times a week, 50, 60 yards. I looked at the Garmin and I'm looking at 17.
He's smoked
and I'm like, Bo, I got him right here. That's his shoulder. I can squeeze it. You know, rage, hypodermic. I mean, it was through and through. Only found half the arrow.
Yeah.
But right where I hit him, I got a video of it too. I'll send it to you. We can put it on here. But I mean, right where I hit him and all the way through, nothing but blood and bubbles.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, puddles of it.
Now that was a double lung?
Yeah, it was double lung and double lung buried in the offside shoulder.
Perfect.
So, I mean, it was,
better.
I mean, you could hear it.
Yeah.
Whenever all the air went out of his lungs, you could hear it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean,
you can hear it in the shot where it's just a big old pop. And
yeah,
it's like,
you can hear it smack the offside shoulder. And I mean, the rage, I mean, it eat him up. He wasn't going nowhere. I mean, the adrenaline with him pushing that doe and getting hit is the biggest reason why he went as far as he did, in my opinion. But I mean, he still didn't go 50 yards.
Yeah.
So, climbed down, went inside, found my first blood. Said, okay, I know I got good blood. That deer's dead. I'm not worried about anything. Called my dad. He come out there, unloaded the golf cart. Called the wife. She brought the kids and the camera. Me and my dad went in there, and within 10 minutes we were dragging him out.
Yeah.
He went into some thick stuff too, son.
Oh, I've been into some of that thick stuff with you.
Oh yeah, that, where we tracked that doe, was that 2 years ago now?
Yeah.
Yeah, he went in that same shit.
Whew, boy. Yeah. Man,
And,
we literally walked circles around that doe.
We walked past her.
Yeah. I mean, twice.
Yeah. Before we finally found her. And but yeah, he was in that same stuff. Luckily, he didn't go near as far as that doe did.
That doe went a ways.
Yeah. But whenever we had got in there, I mean, he was probably 10, 15 yards into the thick stuff.
That wasn't bad.
And
but I
when
mean,
it was,
with that
I
rage, you had a
Oh yeah,
hell of a good
there
blood
was,
trail going through there. So
man, whenever we got down there to where he was, I guess whenever he finally crashed, he spun around a good bit on the ground. Man, there was blood everywhere. It looked like you were taking buckets of paint and just throwing it all over the trees. It was everywhere.
But this right here is like one of the best parts of the video because you were just freaking jacked, dude.
Oh man,
I was so excited for you because I'm at work. I get the text message. I'm standing up in the break room. I'm like, yeah, he got one. He got him. I think he got Beamer, but it wasn't Beamer. But this right here.
I don't know if I got him on film or not.
You did, buddy.
Yeah, I got it all on film, every bit of it. First buck I've ever killed on camera.
And I mean, it was just the grunting footage alone is award-winning. Like,
Oh, yeah.
For first deer on camera to catch all that with all the grunting, hearing him come in, work that doe like that.
Oh, it was great, man. It was like a textbook rook hunt on Halloween morning.
Yeah.
That's the buck I came in here after, but that is a good deer.
It was a good
I've
deer.
been listening to him push dogs around.
I wish I had him. I'd have brought him over here. He's still at the taxidermist.
Yeah.
Getting done. I'm putting him on the wall.
Yeah, he's going on the wall for sure. And so that was your Ohio, that was the South Carolina deer, and we're going to do a completely whole different video whenever we get some more time on the Ohio deer.
Yep.
For sure, because that's the first Ohio deer. He was a monster of a whitetail.
Yeah, he's a giant.
Yeah, he is a giant whitetail.
Man, when you pick up a buck and you hold him, not stretched out, you ain't taking no fishing picture now. You hold him right here, and he's past my shoulders on both sides.
I'm ready to see him in person. All I've seen of him is pictures.
The pictures do not do him
justice.
justice.
And I know it does not do him justice at all.
But yeah, I was on a roll. In 14 days, I killed 3 deer and a coyote.
Yep.
So
You smoked this past season.
yeah, I killed him. 9 days later, I killed my buck and a coyote in Ohio on the same morning. Come back the following weekend, sat in the stand, killed a doe. So freezer's full. I was done hunting at that point. We still had a month left of season. I didn't go back. I was done.
Yeah,
My
done.
freezer was full. I was out of arrows. So I was good to go.
Unlike me that struggled all season, had 2 decent opportunities, and one was just me being green in the saddle, couldn't get turned around fast enough. And another one, I still don't know what happened with that buck.
Well, see, a lot of things, in my opinion now, where I'm hunting here and where I hunt in Ohio, the amount of pressure on the surrounding properties compared to the amount of pressure surrounding your properties.
Yeah.
It's an astronomical difference.
Yeah, it is. It's a huge difference because I'm just surrounded on all sides, basically.
Yeah, I mean, was it 2 or 3 years ago, you were sitting in the stand on your property and sent me a Snapchat video where you could see somebody else sitting in the stand on their property.
Yeah.
They went in with a lock on.
Yeah.
Yeah, hunted right on top of it.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's you just got to play it like that around here. But since we've been doing that management thing, and I've been kind of hard bent on our family property down there.
Mm-hmm.
and working that little bit of farm, it's not been that big of a deal. I think I've held more deer.
Everything all right? We leaving this in? We're gonna cut this.
I don't know what that was.
I don't know either, but
That scared the crap out of me.
It sounded like thunder inside your house.
What was that?
That was. Stand by. So we're gonna leave this in.
Shit, my son dropped the sugar. And it's a big old thing of sugar.
Oh boy.
Come on, that scared the crap out of me.
Yeah,
Come on.
me too.
Come on, bub. Yeah, I'm scared too. Come on, son.
Hell, I definitely need a cold beer now.
I ain't lying.
Phew.
Jeez.
Yeah, that was.
Ah, that's a citrus safe sitting there.
Got to keep the grill clean.
There, absolutely. That thing cleans everything out here. What are you talking about? That's
Can't
some good
have none of that salmonella.
That's some good stuff, man.
But yeah, it was a damn good morning, man. It was something else.
You had a phenomenal season. I will give you that.
Yeah, I'm worried that it's gonna backfire this year and ain't gonna shoot crap.
So what's your outlook for this season? I know we already got cameras out. I've got some potential bucks on camera. Well, I got a few bucks on camera. We haven't got that much growth down here like you're gonna have up in Ohio right now by what you were showing me earlier.
Yeah.
There is a lot. Here's a huge difference.
Oh yeah, I mean we've already got probably when did I go to Ohio? 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so 2 weeks ago we took a long weekend, went up to Ohio, we put all the moultries out, a couple mineral sites out, but see the weird thing is we got a lot of those bucks up there. I mean they're already out their head.
Browed out, everything.
Yeah, you got browse they're already starting to split, but no fawns. Let's see here
Fawns
at home,
everywhere.
all my cameras here at home, all my moultries here, I've got fawns everywhere, and I'm just now starting to see where the little bits of velvet are coming out the top of their head.
Yep.
But see here, compared to up there, up in Ohio, it's more like what you see on TV.
Yep.
They rut from this time frame, and that's it. For the most part.
Yeah.
Now, that's not set in stone. For the most part, they rut for a certain time frame, and then it's over.
Yeah.
You'll have your second, sometimes a third with the younger does, whatever. But here, I have watched does get chased at the beginning of October, and then that same year, I'm sitting in the stand the middle of December, late season, and I have seen does get bred.
Yeah.
In December.
Yeah. That's what I like to say. Deer don't deer around here.
No, they don't.
It is completely different ballpark hunting the deer in the South. It's Southeast, especially in around here in South Carolina, with just the climate, how hot, humid it is.
Yeah, I was about to say a lot of it's got to do with the weather here.
Yeah. I mean, whenever it gets cold for a couple days. It might get down in the late teens. It might stick there for a week. It might stick there for a month. Well, I mean, we don't know.
Yeah.
But when it gets cold, it gets brutally cold, and when it gets hot, it gets savagely hot, and it just stays hot. I mean,
it's rough.
Early season here comes in middle of August, and you got to be one dedicated dude to climb up in the tree. And
unless I've got one on a good enough pattern where I know I can go in and kill him in full velvet,
yeah,
I'm not. Because see here, season comes in August 15th, but you can't shoot does till September 15th.
Yeah, so you're
Which
basically chasing velvets. All you're doing.
And that's all you can do. It's like Kentucky. Kentucky's the same way.
Yeah, but with like last year, I got hung up wanting to shoot velvet, and I don't know if I'm gonna do it again this year. I say that, but catch me August 15th. I'm gonna be up in a tree somewhere without a doubt.
Yeah.
If I got a buck on camera with any kind of velvet that he's worth shooting, I'm not gonna go out there and shoot no little thing, but
no, I ain't gonna go out there shooting a
ruin no 5-year plan that I've been put in over here on this piece of property. But
right, see, that goes back to what I was saying a minute ago. If it's August 15th, August 20th, or whatever, if I've got a good buck on a pattern, then I'll go see it. But if I'm not, or if I don't, then I'm not.
no, that's where the moultries come in.
Yeah. That's all you can do. I will go in and say I go hunt for 4 hours, 3 of them, I won't do nothing but kill mosquitoes.
Yeah.
That just ain't worth it to me.
Yeah.
To not have one on a good enough pattern that I know I can kill him, that just ain't worth it to me.
Well, I promise you there's going to be a slew of cameras down there on the farm. I think I got 8 running right now. And that's just between food plots and the new food plots that we put in and all my seekers.
Yeah.
So, and that's just on one side. I haven't even put anything on cut down because I know for the past 4 years that is just a huge bedding area. That's just where they're going in there to bed. They're coming back out to feed. So,
yeah, I've got 8 moultries out right now. 4 of them are here and 4 of them are watching Ohio. So far, the main thing that I want this year, I want to see what Beamer's going to turn into. Because he made it. I never found his sheds, but I had him on camera into January. Season's over here January 1st. We have a youth hunt in the middle of January, but outside of that, Beamer made it. Never found his sheds. So I'm really looking to see what he turns into this year. Because for South Carolina, he was a giant.
Yeah, he was a big deer. My number 1 buck, he broke his right side brow off about halfway through the season last year. Kind of got all jacked up,
rubbing,
funked up, and then I had that old brute, that old gray deer. I'm pretty sure if he didn't die,
the old gray ghost.
Yeah, old gray ghost.
Yeah, that's right back here, isn't it?
No, that was down at the farm. I didn't really do a whole lot here this past year. I just I think I sat over here twice.
Okay.
I kind of left that for the wife and the kids, but I did put a new plot in over the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Put some domain back in there, some comeback kid on it. The comeback kid and hot chick, pretty sure.
Mm.
And got a mulcher feeder in there. So,
but those new feeders are nice.
Yeah, them new feeders are.
They are nice.
They are very nice. I'm ready to get my hands on one. I just ain't made a trip to the beach to go get it.
We need to, man. It ain't about an hour drive to Bass Pro from here.
Yeah, just an hour.
We can do it.
We got to get the time to do it.
I was about to say, we can go do it now. Be back in time for me to put the burgers on the grill.
That don't tempt me with a good time.
Yeah, I gotta go put these burgers on the grill.
Yeah, I'm sure my wife has got something good for me to jump on to.
There you go. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Within that, like I said, 14, 15 day stretch, I killed him, a buck in Ohio, a coyote, and a doe here at home.
I think, when was my coyote? Was that like 2 weeks before yours?
Yeah, you killed that coyote, I want to say the week before I killed my buck here at home.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds right. You killed him about a week before. And then that rage eat him up. He just rocked.
He didn't even holler.
No.
Like
well, man, that's what happens when you cut their damn throat open with a rage.
Yeah, he didn't even make a peep. The rest of them did once they figured out he was gone. They got pretty mad about that.
We'll see. Fun fact about the coyotes, and you can fact check me on this if you want to, because I read it in a book, so I don't know how true it is.
Oh man, this boy's reading too.
I can't remember who wrote the book, but it was a turkey hunting book, and the coyotes and all that stuff got brought up because of how rough they are. And a female coyote, whenever she starts to howl, if she don't hear the right amount howl back at her, she'll go in the heat just like that.
Holy crap.
Yeah. So you killed that one.
She just
probably that next night she went in the heat and had 27 more.
So we ain't doing nothing for that population.
No, I'm telling you, man.
If that
unless you go in and kill a lot of females, you ain't doing that no good.
Well, that was definitely not a female because
no, mine wasn't either.
It gutted that poor sucker. That rage showed no mercy on him.
Mm-hmm.
None whatsoever. I mean, you shoot him from 8 yards.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, man, those rages are nasty, but you got to give credit where credit's due. Them rages can't do nothing if they can't get there. Those Carbon Express ain't no joke.
I agree with that. I Robin Hooded 2 of my brand new Maximas the other night, and it was.
Yeah, all 3 of my deer and my coyote this year, they range from 17 yards to 42 yards. The buck in Ohio being the furthest at 42 yards. And he was the furthest track. They hit him back. I don't want to go into too many details because we're going to do another one talking about it. But hit him lung, liver. Rage got in there. He went 100, 120, 130 yards. Left him throughout the day and found him that night. So
that's the Ohio monster, but that's a different video.
yeah, we ain't gonna go into no more about that. Y'all got to stay tuned for another one.
Yeah, this is just episode 1. There's gonna be plenty more to come. So we got a whole nother season. We got last season to film, and then we got this whole season coming up, off season stuff we're gonna be doing. So
yeah, and I think we need to try and do better. I mean, here it is in May, and we're just now starting to film talking about this past season. And I think this coming year we need to do as close to the real time as we
actual
can.
hunt as we can, because that way it's all fresh and so
kill him on November 1st and have a video out by November 5th.
Yeah,
but
with all the interview stuff. So
that all depends on work, wife, and kids. We'll have to see how
exactly.
that goes.
You got to pay the bills first, because
that's it.
This is
on the side.
This is an extreme hobby. And I say extreme because this is a passion. This is all I want to do.
Yeah, you ask my wife how extreme it is, she'll tell you it's crazy.
All right, buddy. I appreciate it. I appreciate you stopping by.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We're going to get out of here. I'm going to go cook some burgers. Little man graduated kindergarten today, and that's what he wants.
Mine graduated preschool today, so
there you go.
Whatever he wants, he's going to get.
But I tell you, they're growing up. They're growing up quick.
It's going by quick, man.
Before too long, we're going to have them in the stand. I'm going to have to hang my bow up, let them have it.
Yeah, well, that's when you pick the camera up, and that's when it
That's
really
it.
gets fun.
Man, I will tell you, this past year, filming myself, I went with a couple buddies of mine, filmed them turkey hunting. Man, I love being behind the camera just as much as I do being behind the boat.
It's
I love
as
it.
much fun.
And I got me a new camera now, so I'll have 2 views every time I'm hunting this year. We'll be good to go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. I really enjoy it, and just be able to have that story to go back to and look and be like, "Hey, we did this."
I mean, stuff like this. I mean, this is cool. This is fun talking to everybody. Anybody who cares to listen, love you, appreciate it. But the filming side of it, as far as filming the hunts, putting out the moultries, getting all the pictures for the deer. I mean, I ain't trying to make no millions off of these videos, man. I do it so I can go back and watch it.
Yeah.
And I'll get bored at work and I'll just start listening to it.
That Moultrie app, the new feature on the iPhone, you just hit it got that little top button on the...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I done set mine to the Moultrie app, so you just hit that top button and hold it and just automatically brings it up. I'll flip that thing open at least 100 times a day.
I'll tell anybody who will listen, as far as user friendliness and what all you can do through the app without actually going to your camera, keeping your scent out of there, keeping yourself out of there, you can't beat the Moultries.
No.
You can't.
You can't. Hands down, best on the market.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
And
cameras and feeders.
That's why we just switched to them up in Ohio.
Yep.
In the past couple of years I've been hunting up there, we've been running other cameras. My dad had some different cameras up there. My buddies had some others up there. I had some up there. Now I got to talking to them, showing them everything on the app. I was like, look, man, you got your weather, you got everything in one place. You can game plan on there, you can check your weather, watch your radar, you got your maps, you can see property lines, you can do everything from one app.
And the cameras, the new Edge 2 cameras, whenever you set them up, whenever you set the camera up in the field, it pins it on the map. So you know exactly where your cameras are. So if you're hunting public land or something, that's perfect.
And it's not just dropping, your standard pin where it's, a 3 to 5 foot radius in this general area.
No, it'll be...
It's your GPS coordinates.
Yeah, it's
longitude, latitude, this is exactly where the camera's at.
That's where your camera is. You can go right back to it.
You can't lose it.
No.
Unless you put them out drunk and forget to cut it on, you can't lose the camera. It's impossible.
Yeah. Oh, and the new Edge 2 Pros, they're physically GPS located, so as long as they're on, you can find them. So if somebody goes in there and takes your camera, as long as they turn it back on, you'll be able to find it because it's going to show back up.
Yeah, that's why public land sucks.
Yes.
I mean, you'll lose a camera in a heartbeat.
Hey, I've lost cameras back here.
That's one thing I can't know. Yeah, this is before cellular cameras. I had some old, what were they, like the Muddies or whatever, where you had to pull the card or whatever. I put like 4 of them out one year. I only remember where 2 of them were. There's probably still 2 of them out there somewhere. Couldn't tell you where they're at. Might be in Effingham, might be in Pamplico. I don't know where
they're still out there rolling them.
Probably. Hell no, they're dead now. They ain't doing nothing but sitting there.
I don't know. I had a old little, I can't remember, it was a Moultrie Micro. I mean, it was a little teeny thing. It was an old, I want to say old Walmart. You can get it. You had to put the SD card in it. dude, I think I put it out one season, forgot about it. I think it was like 2 seasons later that I found it. And it was still working. It was still taking pictures.
That's one of, I guess, and it's any brand. I don't care if you run Moultries, Muddies, Tacticams, whatever. The biggest downfall to the cellular cameras is the battery life.
Yep.
By a long shot. See, right now, with it not being deer season, now with deer season in, I got them set to immediate.
Yeah.
As soon as it takes a picture, I get it on my phone.
Yeah.
But see, right now, middle of the summer, off season, whatever you want to call it, every 12 hours, every 24 hours, you ain't got to get your pictures automatic. Because right now, you ain't doing nothing but keeping inventory.
Yeah.
Looking to see what you got going on.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't know, it's not, especially with, cell cameras, it's not how many pictures that the camera takes, it's how often the camera has to upload that to your app or to the service. So that's what's going to kill your battery. It's how many times it's actually connecting and uploading that.
Yeah.
So it could send 1 picture, it could send 1,000 pictures. It's going to use the same amount.
Right.
So
see, that's like right now, my Moultries here at home, they've been out since beginning of April. Now here we are at the end of May. And I think the lowest battery percentage I got right now is 68%. Because they only send it to me every 12 hours.
Yep. So, and is that photo and video you're doing that?
Yep. I got photo and video on all my cameras.
Okay.
All photo, video, 15-second videos. So, yeah. I mean, you can't. There's a lot of stuff to take into consideration if you're going to run cell cameras like that.
Yep.
If you're going to run them out and you want them to constantly send pictures year round, you're going to have to be ready to go in there and change out batteries more often than not.
Yep. Or if you're going to go that route, I recommend going to a cell pack and a recharge pack that goes in it. Then you won't have to go to it at all, period.
Those solar panels, they make a big difference.
The solar pack recharge, the recharge pack, or the edge battery that's in the bottom of the camera.
Yeah, see, the farm here at home, I can only have a solar panel on one of them because the rest of them, they don't get sunlight. They're deep in the timber watching. And the stand where I killed this buck right here, I mean, you can see in the video, it's so thick back there, that solar panel's not going to do me any good.
Well, I got one of the 10.4 watts, and it gets covered. It might get like 2 hours of sunlight a day, and it's like sporadic. I ain't had it go down yet, so it might just be that panel size, because that's that's the bigger panel.
Yeah.
So that might be the reason.
You might need to look into that then.
Yeah, them bigger panels, they can soak up a little bit more sunlight than them 3.4 watts.
And another thing too, that'll take a big effect on them, which here we ain't got to worry about it too much because it don't really get that cold. But up in Ohio, December into January when we're hunting the late season, even if you have it sitting on once a day, those batteries are going to drain just because it's cold.
So cold. So, I mean, y'all hunted in what? Y'all hunted snow the last time y'all went?
Yeah,
back in January.
We went with my dad. I was just filming. Which we've got that too. We might be able to get my dad over here to talk about that one. I've still got it on my camera. But we went up there late season muzzle loader, and my dad carried his bow and his muzzle loader. And we were hunting in the snow. It was middle of January, Ohio. I think the warmest it got the whole time we were there was 21 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah. We get in there and.
But y'all were in the Rhino, right? So that thing knocked down the wind.
The Rhino, what is it, the 180?
Yep.
You can see all the way around it?
Yep.
Yeah, the big boy. We was in there, cut the buddy heater on. Man, them deer ain't had a clue. That doe come in. She come in behind us. And see, with those 180s, you can see everything in front of you 180 degrees. But back behind you, you got windows like a standard blind. They still opened up. So I peeked out. Now, my dad wanted a doe that's 150 pounds or bigger. That was the minimum, 150 pounds. Peeked out the window. I said, "Hey, Daddy, there's your doe." He leaned around and looked. He said, "Yep, that's my doe." Popped the window open. She never even made it in front of us. 100 yards. Smoked her right out the blind. She didn't go nowhere.
Yeah, that was a good shot on that doe. I seen the pictures.
But yeah, we might be able to get my dad out here to talk about that. But we've got some more big bucks we got to talk about first.
Well, yeah,
and
we do.
Coyotes.
Next time we do this, we need to bring some and throw it on the grill right there.
Yeah, we can do it. Put it right there on the grill. Hopefully, I don't want to wait that long to do it because it'll be November. I'll go back to Ohio. I'll hunt the rut.
Yeah.
If he's ready, I'll be able to bring him home. So, I don't want to wait that long to tell the story on that buck. So.
No, we'll definitely be posting pictures when we get him back.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'll bring. You can come over to the house. You can check him out. You can see what
Oh yeah.
the Midwest giant looks like, son.
Yeah, boy. And hopefully, fingers crossed, I might get to take the trip up to Ohio this
Man,
year.
I'm telling you, come on.
If it all works out.
It's it is worth it.
Oh, I know it is.
For somebody who's been born and raised hunting nothing but
Deer that don't
southeast deer to go somewhere. I don't care. You go Ohio, Kansas, Iowa, Illinois, any of them. It's a whole different world of deer hunting, buddy. It's completely different.
I mean, you can go to North Carolina and it's a little bit different than it is down here.
Well, you go to there, you close to the mountains.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, it's. You sit there, I'll rattle my black rack, bucks come in. I'll get on the extinguisher, they come in. They'll check around, they'll do what they want to do. I've hunted over decoys up in Ohio and seen deer. You can't do that crap down here.
No. I had a deer look at a feeder last year in haul ass, so if I put another deer out there, they was going to look at that thing and be like, what is that?
Now, I will say, it's been 2 years ago now, so not this past season, but the season before. It was early in the year, right? It was pre-rut, whatever you want to call it, when they're just kind of tickling on the horns. They're kind of sparring, not really doing a whole lot. My target buck then, 2 years ago, which now that I think about it, that might be the buck I killed this year. Because the buck I killed this year, he was old. And that's why he didn't really have a whole lot of time length. But you can look at his bases. If you zoom in, he's got so much character in his bases.
Yeah.
That was an old deer. So it might be the same one. Now that I think about it, it might be. But I tickled just a little bit early. This is beginning of October. And he come in nose down looking to see what was going on. And I mean, I screwed up the shot. But
Yeah.
ain't nothing I can do about that. I hit him low, just nicked right across his belly. So,
Hey, it happens.
yeah, never seen that deer again until, yeah, now that I think about it, that might actually be him. We'll have to go back through and look at the pictures.
Yeah.
That might be him.
Might have been. All right, guys.
All right.
Well, I appreciate everybody. Well, let me redo that. We appreciate everybody
Yeah.
that's watching
Thank y'all.
and
Appreciate
tuning
it.
in. So, like I said, this is our first episode. We're going to put a bunch more out there. He's still got more deer to talk about. I've still got more deer to talk about. And what's going on with the Wig Sticks crew and what we got going on. So, appreciate you guys, and be sure to check in for the next one.
Yeah, it'll be out there.